Hey guys, it's Alex from 7th Hour Films, back again with My Hero Academia. Last time on My Hero Academia, we started off Season 2 with That's the Idea, Ochako. We started off, it's basically, now it is 2 days after the Battle of the USJ, as I'm going to call it now. And, class is back in session. Mr. Aizawa is back to teaching, despite still being severely injured, but whatever. He's going to be a pro about it. And we learned of the UA Sports Festival, which is like the biggest sports event in the world, you know, especially after the Olympics, sort of, because of quirks. So, yeah. Everyone's going to participate. This is a great way to get recognized by agencies and stuff. And they have 3 chances in their UA school career. Once a year, 3 times in their lives. So, yeah. We got all that. We got a bit of backstory on Ochako. How she actually wants to be a pro hero for the money. Not in a bad way. Luckily, it is because she wants to, financially support her family, which is pretty noble, actually. All Might and Midoriya did some talking, too, about how All Might can, only combatively use the All Might form for about 50 minutes, and if he doesn't use it for combat, maybe an hour and a half, but even that's kind of pushing it. So, it's time for Midoriya to get good and become the next All Might. And All Might views the sports festival as a great way to announce the next All Might. So, yeah, that's pretty much what we're building up to now. I don't know if it's starting right this second in the season. I don't know. But, we are making our way towards the sports festival, which they did say was a tournament. I love tournaments. So, this is going to be fun, man. So, yeah. That's pretty much that. This is where I say no spoilers in the comments whatsoever. Just don't. And with that being said, we might as well get right into this episode of My Hero Academia. Here we go. Hey guys, just wanted to cut in here really quick just to tell you that My Hero Academia is experiencing some copyright problems. Only on Season 2. Luckily, I'm not getting any problems with Season 1, but so far, pretty much every episode of Season 2 has been blocked. And this started a little while ago with the premiere. And I tried re-editing it and re-uploading it, but that just was not going to work out. So, stuff is starting to get blocked. And so, instead of trying to keep re-editing and re-uploading and all that stuff, we're going to do what I have to do with Merlin and with Death Note. My Hero Academia is unfortunately going to have to go to redirects. Now, what on earth does that mean if you haven't seen my other reaction series that do this? Basically, what it means for you is that the reaction portion of the video is actually not going to be in the video at all. Basically, if you want to watch my highlight reaction where, it's the edited footage and stuff like that, you can go down in the description or to the pinned comment on this video. There'll be a link there. It should say MHA, and then it'll give the episode number, and it'll say reaction highlight, and there should be a link, most likely to Google Drive. If you click on that link, you'll just go there. You can watch it. You can have a good time. Hopefully I can provide you with a good time with my MHA reaction. And once you're done watching that, you can return to the normal YouTube video and watch my discussion, which it's very, very important that you watch the discussion. That's always a huge help when you watch the full YouTube video. But yeah, this is unfortunately what's just going to have to happen for MHA now. I was hoping that this wouldn't happen because, Season 1 did well. We didn't really get any copyright problems, but Season 2, for some reason, like I said, if you want to watch my reaction, pinned comment, also in the description, you can go, you can watch it, hopefully have a good time, and you can head right back here for the discussion. So yeah, that is pretty much it. once again, I'm sorry about this. I'm sorry about the inconvenience of having to click an extra link to watch my reaction, but you can still watch it, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So, yeah. Oh, man. You know, this season is 25 episodes long. They are wasting no time getting into this, man. They are immediately getting into the festival, into the tournament. Oh, I love it. I love this so much. You know, it's a good, change of pace from what we had last season. Oh, and now everyone has to be even more clever than they were at the USJ. Because, at the USJ, everyone, could rely on each other, it was a lot of teamwork, and then at the end, All Might came in. Not this time around. Not this time around. Everyone is on their own. And honestly, at the moment, everyone has to find their own way of dealing with their biggest threat. Todoroki, holy crap, is he so OP. It is ridiculous. Oh man. Like, he is so OP, it is ridiculous, man. But apparently, I guess it makes sense. Son of Endeavor. Like I'm pretty sure that's what that means, When they said earlier, it's like, oh, Endeavor's son is actually in the first years. And then they were like, oh, well, Todoroki was like, oh, even though, I wish they would have done something more, especially because my dear old dad is watching. That's interesting. And that's also interesting because, they have opposite powers. I like that, actually. Endeavor, from what I can see, Endeavor is all fire, whereas Todoroki is ice. So that is also interesting, Man, fucking Todoroki. He is ridiculous. But they gotta find a way to win. They gotta find a way to beat him, while also beating everyone else. Okay, so let's go into the notes. It's a tournament arc. I love tournaments. Tournaments are so cool. Or tournament, if you want to. I don't know. I just realized, I say tournament. Even though I guess technically you could say tournament. I guess that's sort of splitting hairs on how you would pronounce how to say it. But yeah, tournament, whatever. I love tournaments. I love This is taking me back to Dragon Ball, man. And I know I say that a lot. Like, okay, he's shattering through his limits. Like Goku or Vegeta. Or, Midoriya and Bakugo, have a very Goku-Vegeta rivalry going on. But, does that make Todoroki hit? I feel like that makes Todoroki hit. Yeah. That works really well, actually. Yeah, wow. Okay. So yeah, that's pretty cool. But like I said, I compare this show to Dragon Ball a lot because honestly, it does give off a lot of Dragon Ball vibes. Not that, it's straight up, the energy blasts and screaming and stuff like that, but there are a lot of elements here. There are elements here that are also in Dragon Ball. I'm not saying like it's a ripoff or anything. I'm just saying those elements are present in both anime. And I feel like Dragon Ball is at its best in tournaments, I especially love and they've it's interesting. They had a period where they really weren't doing good tournaments anymore. But if you go back to the original Dragon Ball series, not Dragon Ball Z, but the original Dragon Ball series, they did 3 tournaments, 3 World Martial Arts tournaments, and they were all spectacular. I love those tournament sagas. And then in Dragon Ball, the next tournament we really saw was the Cell games, which really wasn't a tournament. That was just Goku versus Cell, and then Gohan versus Cell. And also in there, you get a little bit of Mr. Satan and his cronies and stuff. And then after that, there's not another tournament. Well, there's the tournament before the Majin Buu saga, but it gets interrupted by the Majin Buu saga, so that doesn't count either. And then we have... The next one would be in Dragon Ball Super, which is the Tournament of Destroyers. Still not really a good tournament. It's not the correct, brackets. It's it's just, you will never get 2 of our heroes fighting each other in the tournament, because it's supposed to be this team versus that team. And then we had the Tournament of Power, which is a great tournament. I love the Tournament of Power. But the thing is, they don't even try to have brackets like all the other tournaments have brackets. They don't even try to have brackets. It's just a straight battle royale. But I still love the Tournament of Power. This is taking me back to those original Dragon Ball tournaments, and I love that. Right down to the concession stands, man. I don't know why I love that. It feels like a world event, which it is supposed to be. Here's all these concession stands because there's so many people there attending. It's like, the state fair or something, or if you go to some sort of amusement park or something, it's like, yeah, here's a lot of concession stands to, you get some food, maybe play a game, win a stuffed animal or something, and then you go watch the actual festival. I love that sort of stuff, and that's what I'm saying. This takes me back to original Dragon Ball now, which is interesting because, like I said, a lot of elements from this show have reminded me of Dragon Ball Z, actually. But this has taken me back to the original, and I love that because I love the original Dragon Ball so much. I love the original Dragon Ball so much. So the fact that it's given off those vibes, that's amazing. So I am super, super, super excited for this sports festival. This is going to be so much fun. I love we're getting into it right away. And I can only assume this is going through the end of the season, But I love that. That's just amazing, man. Oh, man, oh, man. We did have a bit of training. It was 2 weeks before I keep calling it the tournament. But the festival, I need to call it what it is. The sports festival. Yeah, there was 2 weeks before the festival started, so everyone was doing their training. I did like that. I meant to mention, yeah, at the beginning when all the other students were kind of sizing up Class 1A, that was also interesting. That was interesting. I like that, and now we have the added stakes of this is not just about how are you going to get noticed in the festival, but it's also, will you remain in the hero course, Will you be able to remain in the hero course? And if you don't do well, it's possible that teachers will assign you to one of the non-hero courses, and they will bring up someone from those non-hero courses. Now, I don't really worry about any of our particular, Class 1A students being hit by this, really, because, maybe you could talk about, Mineta or Invisible Girl. I still haven't figured out her name, but we're working on that slowly but surely. Even them, I don't know, I wouldn't worry about... I still don't... I'm not worried, really, about... I don't know. I'm not worried. I'm not really worried about anyone from 1A being taken out. Like, I don't think that will really happen. So yeah, because like I don't know. They're all just, I don't know. They're all too good. Maybe is that it? Maybe, I don't know. But and especially after the whole USJ thing, I feel like everyone has a use basically. I feel like they've already proved themselves to Aizawa, so I don't know, but maybe. So yeah, so that was interesting, and then we also had the purple hair guy, whose name I do not know. Yeah, I have no idea. Like, trying to look at this, like, if you could. I don't know. You guys are gonna have to tell me in the comments. The purple hair guy. So yeah. Yeah, purple hair guy. I mean, I understand him, kind of giving them grief and stuff like that. I actually feel like Bakugo really like kept himself composed during that whole conversation, which was good, Like, yeah, he was very blunt about it. It's like, oh, well, they're just here to scope out the competition and stuff. But at the same time, it's like he's right. That is kind of what they're doing, And it's not really that, oh, they hate, Class 1A because of Bakugo. It's like, I don't know. I don't really feel that, I don't know. I don't really blame Bakugo for everyone's hatred of Class 1A. I feel like it's just circumstantial because they were in the USJ incident. I don't know. I can't put fault on Bakugo for that. Even though the show kind of wanted to do that. Like the others were kind of blaming him for that. But I don't know. I don't really put him on that. Yeah, the concession stands. Oh, I wrote that down. I specifically wrote down the concession stands, man. I love it. I like the idea of pro heroes acting as security for the sports vessel. That makes a lot of sense after the whole USJ incident. But I don't know. Are we gonna have anyone? We haven't really built up. I don't know. We had, at the end of season 1, we had that sort of tease of a new villain, and we still have, I guess the looming presence of Shigaraki. But other than that, we really don't have anyone right now. But it's 23 episodes left in the season. Maybe we will have a villain at some point. I don't know. I don't know if I want that, though. Like, I just kind of want this to be a tournament, Because, again, going back to Dragon Ball, there, other than in the Piccolo Jr. saga, which was the third tournament in Dragon Ball, there really wasn't any villains. Well, okay, maybe that's not a good idea, or not a good point, because in the first season, we had a rival. We had Jackie Chun, or in the first tournament, excuse me. We had Jackie Chun. He really wasn't a villain. I suppose in the second one, Tien was, but even then, I don't know. And then, but by the third one, you definitely had Piccolo Jr. being the villain of that. And, it was very clear that the tournament was going to end with a fight between Goku and Piccolo. So, yeah, like they were building that up, but they're not really doing that here. So I'm curious if they're going to do that, or if we're just building up. Like, here's the thing too. It's like we have the games that are happening right now. Everyone's competing in the games, but it kind of makes you wonder. Well, okay, no, they kind of said this though. Everyone will compete in the games. And then that's sort of like, the games are basically like the qualifying round, basically. The games are the qualifying round, and then we will have an actual, like, basically like a martial arts tournament, like a martial arts quirk tournament, basically. And then from there we will crown a winner of the festival. So yeah, that'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see like what matchings we get, honestly. Like that'll be interesting. And again, with it being a tournament, everyone's going to have to get creative. I think I said this, a few episodes back, but this is one thing I love. The reason I love tournaments in Dragon Ball is because you have to get creative, in the other sagas in Dragon Ball, when there's just a villain, well, the whole thing is Goku has to power up, gets a new transformation, and then actually 9 times out of 10 that is the case. He has to get a new transformation and then ultimately kill the bad guy, basically. But that's good. That's good in its own right. But I love when you have a tournament where you have these different matchings and everyone has to be creative because everyone has to win. We can't have Piccolo going out to fight Android 17 to stall for time, basically, or just to see. Maybe that's a bad example. Well, okay, we can't have Vegeta facing 18. That's a better example, actually. We can't have Vegeta facing 18. With the underlying, yes, Vegeta is trying to win that fight, obviously, but basically, sitting around waiting for Goku. It's like, no, everyone has to win their fight. There's no Trunks going to try to attack the androids and then failing, trying to help. It's like, no, everyone has to do this on their own. And I love that about tournaments. So I'm really curious to see how that plays out here. How everyone basically gets creative with their quirks in order to win. You're going to have to get creative if you face Todoroki, definitely. Because that's the thing, is Todoroki is the most powerful of Class 1A right now. We do have Midoriya, who is strong, and we do have Bakugo, who has his powers, and they're pretty good too. But neither of them really rival Todoroki. Maybe if Midoriya was able to control One for All, he could rival Todoroki in power. But the thing is, he hasn't mastered it yet. He hasn't mastered his power. So that's the thing, is that everyone is going to have to get creative in all of their fights, not just if they face Todoroki, but that's definitely, you're going to need to get creative there. And yeah, I wrote down rivals. I wrote down the fact that we do have rivalries going on. We had the already established rivalry between Midoriya and Bakugo, but there's also now a bit of a rivalry between Todoroki and Midoriya. Todoroki singling him out as, I need to tell you that I'm stronger and I'm going to win. He doesn't single out Bakugo or Ida or anyone. He singles out Midoriya, and maybe, especially because, he knows, it's like, okay, there's something going on between you and All Might. I don't know what it is, but just know whatever it is, it's not enough. I will beat you. So yeah, there's rivalries there. There's the rivalry between, Class 1A as a whole versus the rest of the students. That is a rivalry there. So yeah, there's a lot of rivalries going on now. And it's going to be interesting to see, again, how it all plays out. This is, within the span of 2 episodes, they have made me so hyped for this season. I am so excited to watch this, and the fact I love that this season is 25 episodes, because that means I got a long time on this sports festival. So I'm ready for it. Midnight. Whew, Midnight. Okay, they said, I know they said the R-rated superhero, right? They said that. I know that. I heard that. She is the R-rated superhero, Midnight. Sexy as hell. And, they were saying, oh, is what she's wearing really appropriate for a high school sports festival? And it's like, well, I suppose not, but now that you draw attention to it, no, it's not appropriate. But at the same time, hasn't she always been wearing that? Like, she's always, in every appearance we've seen of her, she's always been wearing that. So, I don't know. I figured it was alright, you know? So, yeah. I love that. I love, and goddamn, she is sexy as hell. And she owns it. Freaking, hold on. Yeah. She's brunette. Oh, that gets to me. Freaking like her more than Mount Lady, honestly. I like brunettes. So that's probably why. But that's funny. That is really funny. Just them, like, specifically being like, is that outfit appropriate for this? And then it's just like, it's what she fucking wears. What the fuck are we talking about? And besides, Minetta likes it. How is Minetta the only one that likes what she is wearing? Honestly, I don't know. It'd be funny if they included one of the girls that liked it too. That would just be really funny. Like, Minetta is really obvious because of everything we know about him. You know, him being such a pervert, but that would have been funny too. That would be hilarious if there was a girl that was friends with Minetta, and then, like, what brought them together, like, what made them friends was how pervy they both are. Oh my gosh, that'd be hilarious. The two of them perving out. Fucking Sue's gonna have to go, slap some heads around. Oh, that'd be funny. We got the obstacle course, the first game, the beginning of the first game. We didn't get through it. I was kind of hopeful, but nope. We got the obstacle course. We started the first game, which is interesting, seeing how it is a test, how is everyone going to get through, and Todoroki just going through, just fucking slicing right through with his fucking OP ice powers. And then, speaking of OP, the 0-pointers from the entrance exams came out, like a fucking ton of them. And it's like, okay, what do you do now? It's like, okay, Midoriya, you have to figure something out. It's like, okay, well, Midoriya, you know that your smash works, but the last time you did that, you shattered your arm and both of your legs, so it's not really viable right now, so you're gonna have to figure something out. And again, Todoroki, the OP bastard he is, just went through them like they were nothing. Even now, he could cut through the 5 of them like carving cake! Ugh! Fucking OP Todoroki, and yeah, he is right now poised to win the obstacle course. He is poised to win the obstacle course because, he's already passed all the OPs, all the 0-pointers, and now everyone's going to have to figure out what to do to get around them. But that's going to be exciting. That's what we got next episode. I imagine we'll start another game too next episode. So yeah, I'm excited. Cause see, it's like the hype in the actual show, like in the world, all these people that are so hyped to watch this sports festival, they have captured that and given it to me, a guy sitting here watching a cartoon. Like, this to me feels like an actual sports event now, to me. Which, I don't have that. I don't watch sports. I could care less about sports, but this is awesome. And especially, too, because I probably have it maybe even better than the audience on the show does, because I know these characters. I get to see, I get to, hear their thoughts. I get to watch from their point of view. I get to see so close. Like, I basically just got a ringside seat. I have a ringside seat to this sports festival, and all those audience members can just suck it. Oh. So, in summary, I am excited for the rest of this season. This sports festival is going to be amazing. And once again, I love this show. This is one of my favorite shows of all time. Like, normally I say, like, oh, it's my favorite show I'm watching right now. And that is still true. But this is one of my favorite shows of all time now. It's certainly climbed the ranks. I love it. So, So yeah, we will keep going next time on My Hero Academia. So with all that being said, I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. If you want to watch more of My Hero Academia reactions, you can click on the playlist, you can subscribe if you haven't done that already, and be sure you hit that notification bell. You can support me on Patreon and follow me on social media, links below in the description. See you guys later.